Okay. How old were you when you got married?
I was 23.
21.
Okay. Do you think that was a good age to get married?
Yeah.
What's for us?
How long was your engagement?
3 months. Or less. Less.
Less. Yeah. Our engagement was maybe a month.
We knew each other for 3 months.
Yeah.
And then we were married.
And then we were married.
Okay. What was the happiest memory that you have relating to your marriage?
That would be the birth of every single one of my daughters.
Your daddy loves you.
Mom doesn't.
Or do you mean between me and her?
Between us.
There's not one moment I regret. Ever.
No, but what's
Your happiest
what's the
I don't
moment.
have one happiest moment. I
Pick one.
love
If
it
you
all.
had to pick one, pick one.
I don't know. I have no idea.
The weekend that we spent in Salt Lake just before my foot surgery at my mom's apartment when we went walking and saw the movie and
That would be yours.
what? That was a good weekend.
Okay. I pretty much enjoyed
Mom,
everything.
what's yours?
All of it.
what
Even
I
the
just told
bad
him.
stuff and the
Oh,
good
that
stuff.
was yours?
All of it.
It's because she didn't have any of her kids.
Really,
It's
the
just a really
guys,
good
the time that you guys
Okay.
went to Florida?
And I'm still enjoying
Wasn't good?
every minute
No,
of my
that
life
was
with
so
you.
busy.
That was so bad.
Yes, we did. We had Katie and we were
You were
trying
on
to
with
move her
Katie.
in. And we
but
spent
what I'm
most of
saying
the
is
time
you didn't
at
have
the
any of
store,
us.
huh?
Okay, hold
I
on.
have no idea what you're
When we
talking
moved
about.
Katie to Florida.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
okay.
Yeah.
What
And
qualities?
I got, I don't know how many phone calls about children being suspended and
Hey, man, okay.
This
Yeah.
is about you.
Okay, hold
was
on.
it was not
Mom,
it was not a good week.
what qualities do you think are the most important, like, quality for a happy marriage?
What are the most important qualities?
For a happy marriage.
Forgiveness.
The
Forgiveness
Henry VIII plan.
No!
is
Yep.
you're gonna kill me?
Both of us agreed that divorce was not on the table ever. It was not a thing that we would bring up. It's not something that we look at. It's not something we consider. It's fine for other people, but that wasn't something that we wanted to have there because we wanted to leave ourselves an option for not having to think about that. We had to work out our problems. We had to work out our things. We had to make it right between the two of us. Don't go to bed angry. Don't
Well, that's
fight
not a
all the
real
time,
thing.
but you do whatever it is it
But you
takes to
try to
make
work
your
out your
relationship work.
differences and you choose to forgive each other. Because if you can't choose to forgive your other person, your significant other, then your marriage isn't gonna work. You just have to choose to stay married. And choose every day to love that person.
It's like everything else. It's a choice.
Whether you hate them or not, you have to choose
You
to love
don't.
them.
You don't.
Why would
Okay,
you say
hold
that?
on,
That
hold
just
on,
sounds
hold
so
on.
bad.
Okay, it's
It-
not.
What?
there
Get
are
out of
days,
this, will you?
There are days where you will absolutely
I'm going
hate
to so
the person
photobomb
that you are
your
married
interview.
to, that you won't even want to look at them, and that's the day that you have to choose to forgive them.
That's literally you all the time, Dad. Shut up.
I look at her. I might be angry at her. I'll still
Okay,
look at her. I
hold
don't
on.
care.
Yeah.
She's still the
With
love of
daggers in
my
your
life.
Hold
I
on.
don't have daggers in my
Okay.
eyes. That would hurt.
What advice would you give to someone who wasn't sure whether to marry a particular person?
What?
What advice would you give to someone who's unsure whether or not they should marry
Leave
someone?
him now, Tabitha. Don't waste your time.
That's a question on the sheet. That's
Do
not a
not-
me thing.
Do not waste your time trying to figure it out. If you're not sure, then keep looking. There's nothing that says you need to stay with one person. If there's not a ring on it, then there's no commitment. If there can't be a commitment, there can't be any.
What if there is a ring on it? An
there
engagement
could
ring.
still be no commitment?
Okay, if you love that person, if you think that you are in love with that person, and you choose to stay with them, then you have to choose every day to love them.
Regardless
you
of
have
their
to choose
faults.
every day to be in that relationship and fight for that love.
And people are frail,
'Cause
and people have
it is not
mistakes,
easy.
and people have problems.
Yeah,
But
people are dumb. We're dumb every day. We make dumb decisions every day of our lives.
Your sister's
Okay.
a good proof of that.
What?
The
Okay.
other two, not me.
can,
Please just
Questionable. What is
What's
the most
question?
important quality for a mate to possess?
what's the most important quality for a mate to possess?
Yeah.
she holds my heart the whole time we're married.
Patience. Patience is the most important quality.
And my being the sickest guy that she knows, I'm the biggest patient she's got.
Whatever. That's not what I meant. You know
I push your patience all the time.
it. You do.
And for you, most important quality.
That she holds my heart the rest of my life. How hard is that? I mean, all I'm asking is that you love me back.
Has your marriage changed over time?
Definitely.
No.
You liar.
I think that
You liar.
I think that what we started with is the same as what we've always had. But I think that there's other things that have added to it. It doesn't
So
change.
that's changed.
It doesn't change.
that's-
It becomes bigger.
That's the definition
But it's-
of change.
That's the definition of change.
No.
It's
Yeah.
changed.
No, I don't think
Okay.
so. I think
Yes.
it's just better.
Okay.
We have learned how to work with each other better. We have learned to
Forgiveness
stop and
easier.
listen and to forgive better.
And back up and realize that you're not the smartest guy in the room.
Yeah. That takes both of us a while because we're both very
Strong-headed.
stubborn and strong-headed.
She's just strong-willed. What are you shaking your head at me for, little kid?
Okay, what's the next question?
Wait until your children interview you and your husband.
Is marriage what you expected it to be?
No.
No. I had a more realistic view of marriage than Dad did.
What was...
I had an expectation at one time. I don't have an expectation now. The thing that helps me get by on the whole thing is that I don't require your mom to be anything but what she is. If I had an expectation for her to do something that goes against who she is, then that would be asking too much. So I just expect her to be herself and be who she wants to be. And then I will back her up and try to make her feel better about that.
I do
Okay.
that most of the time. Sometimes I try and change you though.
I don't want to read that.
Huh.
Because it proves you wrong. That's
Will
why.
you stop with the interruptions into this interview? Holy
Okay.
crap.
Come on.
Have
You do what I
this
said.
is funny because I know exactly what the answer is to this one. Have you experienced any crises in your marriage, like illness, loss of work, anything like
Again,
that?
I'm the sickest guy I know.
Okay, would you please describe what your
Knee surgeries,
illness
liver
was?
failure.
Your dad takes at least 6 weeks off every year for a surgery of work
Or something.
or something.
I had a
He tried to
rollover
die on
accident.
me.
I had kidney stones.
He had,
I had
Liver failure.
yeah.
You
Knee
have autoimmune
replacements.
hepatitis.
Supposedly. We don't know that yet.
He has autoimmune
We do not
hepatitis.
know that yet.
He's
We've
very
had
stubborn.
A lot of struggles, and
Travis.
some have been really good, and some have been really hard to deal with. So that's where the forgiveness thing comes in. You have a lot of different things that will happen to you, and some of it's really, really hard to go through, and some of it's really, really good. And hopefully the really, really good outweighs the really, really bad.
Okay, have Dad's near-death experiences drawn you closer in any way?
Yeah.
Because he's really the only one who's had any problems.
Your mom's had issues.
She had back surgery when I was born. That's
She's got
the
a couple
only
She had
thing.
back surgery like, what, 2 months ago, 4 months ago, something like that?
Take
She
out
had
some
back surgery at
hardware.
the beginning of the year.
Yeah,
From
just
the
to
hardware.
remove hardware. And I've had several. I've
She's
had
gonna
a lot
have
of
it. She's
surgeries
gonna
too.
need a
It's
knee
fine.
surgery. She's had 6 babies. I mean, that's a lot of stuff.
Okay, well, the 6 babies is a thing, but
It's fine. We don't have to list all my problems. I have plenty of
Only
health
Dad's.
problems myself.
Your aneurysm.
oh yeah, she has it.
do
I
have
forgot
an
about that.
aneurysm that could,
Burst
Blow
and
up.
kill
me
her.
any day. But that's okay.
Okay. What was your initial reaction to the crises in your life. So let's talk about Dad's autoimmune and then your back surgery when I was 6 months old, because let's just pick two.
I deal with crises the same way I deal with life.
She beats the hell out of you.
I take it on one step at a time. You can't do anything about it. You can't change the
It's
way
just
things are
happening.
happening. So you
Control your reaction to it.
you deal with it. You say, what has to be done to get through this? What do we need to
Are
do
your car windows
to
open?
get us to the end of this? And then you do it. That's how I deal with it. I just one step at a time and don't panic. Now, however, your father is a little bit more of a panicker.
I'm a drama
Aren't you,
queen.
Winnie?
Yeah, my sister's stitches came open one time and he almost fainted. So, oh, sorry, they were staples.
Did not faint. I was trying to convince your mom that the kid needed to go to the doctor's office to get it
Mom wasn't even
restapled.
home.
Yes, I was.
Yes,
I told
she
her
was.
I told her she could wait for a while.
Yeah, Mom said Becca
And I was the one
fine.
that ended up taking her to the doctor's office because I decided I think it's too severe and we need to go take care of it. Because the
After
kid
you
was
almost
freaking out.
fainted.
Becca almost
faint.
fainted because she thought her intestines were coming
Yeah,
out.
the stomach was coming out. It was just a staple that was infected. Okay, so
Okay.
what's the next?
Crazy child.
What is the
Free
most
range
important thing they have ever? What is the most important thing that you have ever done in your marriage to keep it happy?
The most
I bought her.
communication. Communication. Talking to
yeah.
each other. Being with each other.
You bought her what?
A car, a van. I
Oh,
built this
whatever.
house with her dad.
That doesn't keep. That's
I
not
helped
what
her
she's
have
talking
children.
about. It's not.
Yeah,
I
but
tried-
she did the hard part.
Well, yeah. And I still got the aftermath of it all.
So did she.
Communication. And being together, doing things, living our lives together, not separately, and not doing our own thing.
We have a hard
constantly.
time, me more so, trying to do things together and trying to be together enough. I don't feel like we're together enough. I want to be together more often, and I want to go do more things together without anybody else, just me and her.
And I like my children and take them with me a lot.
And the grandchildren
And the
your mom.
And my babies.
And your brother.
I like my family. I'm very family oriented.
And I'm family oriented to a point. I think there needs to be alone time because her and I are the only ones that are going to be with each other at the end.
Oh, but see,
Okay,
then you
what's
have
the next
after we leave. Okay. What ideas have you disagreed on and did you resolve it?
What?
What ideas have we disagreed on?
And did you
Everything.
resolve?
And everything?
So I'm assuming you resolved it?
Yeah,
We
everything.
resolve it.
42. It's the answer to everything. The only movie you absolutely hate more than anything.
It sounds like it's coming.
Go check. I'm busy.
Okay, what's the next one?
I can see it.